You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live This Week, featuring news and commentary on This Week in Black Hollywood. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host for Black Hollywood Live This Week, Derrial Christon.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You're watching Black Hollywood Live This Week. I am your host, Derrial Christon. Joining me today is the beautiful Courtney Stewart, who is back with us
y'all.
with her little Blackahannes ponytail. She rocking to the left.
Gotta have the ponytail because it's been a long week, y'all.
It looks good, though.
Thank you.
Blackahannes, that's what I'm feeling. We got DJ Jesse J.
What's up?
And our very special guest today, you know him. He is an actor. He is a fitness guru. He is a author. Christian Keys is with us today.
What's
going on, y'all?
How you doing?
Good. And the Blackahannes thing works. So
It works.
as an official, as the only representative of the Native American community, partial. My mom was like half and half.
All
So
right.
it works. It
All
works.
right, thank you.
Oh,
Appreciate
yeah.
You got the approval.
Wait, what tribe?
I don't know. She was adopted. And I was too. So I'm trying to track her down and find out.
What area are you from?
Michigan.
Okay.
So, but she was like, you know, she looks like a dark-skinned white woman with bone straight hair. She could tuck it in her in her back pocket.
So that's why you got that good hair. You got
Yeah,
that good hair.
that's It's her fault.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you know.
Really?
Yeah, you know.
That's why I got that, yeah.
Well, we talking about a lot of stuff today, including Christian's hair,
Yes.
and also Christian's new novel, Dr. Feelgood.
Oh,
Yes.
We also are talking, a man creates a GoFund for his engagement ring.
Oh.
Toyota overcharges minority customers, and the Super Bowl is this weekend, and the halftime show is supposed to be off the hook again. But first, we are going to read last week's buzzer meter question, which was, are you team Kanye or team Wiz? You guys voted, 80% of you said Wiz, 20% of you said Kanye, but I don't even know if this matters now because they've all made up since then.
It was all crap to begin with. 'cause
Team
they both
Wendy
got
Williams.
albums coming out.
You know? I
Team
mean,
Wendy.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Christian,
right.
have you been following the battle?
I've been following it, man, and I think they're both incredibly talented. I wish Kanye wouldn't stop. I wish he would stop telling us how talented he is so we could say it. That would be pretty cool. And I mean, Wiz is dope too, you know. And I think one, it was a miscommunication. He didn't understand what KK was. He thought KK was Kim Kardashian. When that's actually, I don't even smoke, but I know that's a type of weed.
I still think there were some underlying things to it. If I had
Yeah,
to
but you
do
didn't
that.
have to. You don't go with the kid thing. I'm a dad.
Right.
You don't
I'm coming to where you are. You
I'll
say
tell
something
you.
about my kid,
Absolutely.
and I know you personally. I'm coming to where you are, and you got to fight me at high
I
noon.
feel you on that.
Yeah, just stretch out, get you some ginseng or something, because we gotta try these shoulders out. We gotta see what's happening. You don't do
I
that
feel
with
that.
somebody's kid. So.
I feel that.
Yeah.
That's that Michigan right there.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Flint town, born in Detroit, grew up in Flint. I love my hometown. Love y'all, Flint town.
I was just in
yes.
Detroit a couple weeks back. I'm from Ohio, so I know it very well. All right, well, our buzzer meter question for today is, who do you want to win the Super Bowl? You guys let us know. Obviously, it's the Denver Broncos and the Carolina
Beyonce.
Panthers.
Hilarious.
Who wants
Yes,
to win?
yes.
Destiny's
Beyonce will win.
Child.
I want
Yes.
the Carolina Panthers to win.
And why is that, Courtney?
Because I used to live in North Carolina. I don't know anything else about the teams this year, so I have no idea.
Hey,
That's
but
the one with Cam Newton on it?
that is with Cam Newton.
I want that one.
Who's Cam Newton?
What?
I know who's gonna lose.
Who?
Meek Mill.
Oh.
He's lost at everything. He keeps going at random rappers. He's probably gonna talk about you next week, so he's
Right.
gonna
That's
lose.
fine. I already got my diss track ready.
But I think I want Cam to win.
Yeah.
I think they're giving him so much grief for being a confident African American quarterback. And what's it feel like to be a black quarterback? What's
Right.
it feel like? They don't ask Peyton, what does it feel like to be a white quarterback?
Right.
They say, you know, how has it been establishing your legacy as one of the best quarterbacks?
That's true.
He's a quarterback, not a black. They're not the North Carolina blacks.
Right.
You know, they're not. Yeah, black running back, black this, black that. I don't like that. He's either he's good or he isn't, and he's good. So I want him to win. If he doesn't, I'm okay with Peyton beating him on the way out because Peyton's had a phenomenal career. He's a
Yes.
beast, and you want to see Peyton go out on top. So either way, I'm going to be sitting there with about a 20-piece chicken wings,
I know that's right.
about 3 blue moons, and I'm going to have a good time.
Brother, I
Three
feel you.
blue
I feel that. And then, you know, they're
Alright.
both #1 draft picks, and they said there's like a 13-year difference between the two, but it's going to be a good game regardless.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Yeah.
a great game. So a lot of anticipation for this
watching.
one. So we're going to do the show a little bit differently today than what we normally do. We normally go right into hot topics, but because Christian's here with us, we want to talk about a couple things that that are going on with you,
Okay.
including your new novel, Dr. Feelgood.
Yes.
So I know
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Check out the image if you are watching us on YouTube right now. The book is right there with him on the cover right there.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna hire a model, you might as well get
Hire
on there
yourself.
yourself.
Hey.
If you write a fiction
Write
book,
that
Keep
check.
the
You
money.
you better be better
Collect
be
them
on the
coins.
cover. You the
Collect the
doctor.
coins. That's right.
Hashtag message.
You a doctor.
Tell us about the. I'm still on collect the coins. You see,
Yeah,
I was about to
yeah,
say
yeah,
collect
you
the
said
coins.
collect the
again.
coins.
So
Collect
how
the
do you
coins.
collect the coin?
Yeah, how do you collect coins? No, tell us about the book.
Dr. Feelgood, it was actually a romantic comedy I wrote in 2007, and I just thought it would be a really good idea to make an urban romantic comedy centered around therapy and helping people. And so the primary doctor, Philip Gooden, Feel Good, and also Feel Good, trying to help people, get through issues, get through problems, communication problems in marriages, anger management, domestic violence, all that. He has different patients that have to face problems in that area, and so he helps them. But he also hires his best friend he puts you in the mind of like a Carl Payne
Okay.
type character in Martin. He's brilliant, but he doesn't take his job seriously. Not Carl Payne, but the doctor. I love Carl's great friend of mine. But that type of guy who just doesn't take that seriously, and he could be changing lives and saving lives, and he doesn't. He's trying to sleep with the hot patients. He'd probably love your little Pocahontas
Little Highness thing going on.
He'd be in there, so tell me about your problems, and just be playing
I
in your
got
hair.
all kinds of problems.
Yeah, see, y'all be getting to the bottom, deep to the bottom of some of them problems. Hashtag message. So he's dealing with that. He's dealing with the patients, and then at somewhere in the story, he has an engagement fall apart. So instead of dealing with it himself, he reinvests himself into trying to help everybody else with their problems, and that's keeping him intentionally from having to face his own heartbreak, because he thought that was the love of his life and his soulmate, and he gets surprised by this Dear John letter and the engagement ring just sitting on the table, which kind of destroys him. So it's an honest look at what men think and feel about various situations: family, friends, love, life, marriage, lust, sex. Can you cuss on this show?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Fucking, some heavy duty. They do some of that in there a little bit, but it's tasteful. It's not every 30 pages. Oh, ain't nobody humped, in a while. Let's have some sex. The love scenes that are in there, because I don't like reading books like that. It's like, oh man, every 15 pages, oh, here come another. Yep, somebody's ass is up in there.
It's like Skinemax of the book.
Yeah,
right,
no,
yeah.
it's
That's
and you
erotica.
feel like you need a shower afterwards.
Right,
And I didn't want the readers to, readers are intelligent, so I want them to get, okay, it feels like there's some tension. It feels like something building. I knew it. She's naked.
Right.
It's necessary to move the story along, and that's it. So there's a few choice, phenomenal scenes in there, and the rest of it is just layers and levels and people to fall in love with, or even some characters to dislike. So it's a really good story, and the script is already written. So as soon as the book does well, we're going to shoot the movie.
What
That
in
was my next question.
what in your life inspired you to want to tell a story that helps people?
I came up in a foster care system. So I was in like 12 or more different foster homes, a few group homes, a few detention centers. I've been homeless, like sleeping behind Kmart, eating out the dumpster homeless. And I went through, in order to get through a lot of that, I went through some therapy, and it helped. And then in college, I studied social work, because I figured, okay, I've been on every angle of this side of the issue. I might as well help on this side of social work, since I've already experienced the bulk of it. Been adopted twice. My first adopted mother was very abusive. Things like that. And you can't go through those kind of things without some sort of residual effects. But you can also turn around, face it, accept the fact that it wasn't your fault.
Right.
Stop blaming yourself, and then you become stronger, and you can enable and empower other people to heal and get past their stuff as well. So I saw it as an opportunity to use some of the things that I've learned from therapy, and place these patients and characters in a fictitious setting, but still kind of get messages across.
How did you find your way to therapy, having gone through so much? Because a lot of people don't ever make it and make that.
Especially
step.
the black community, because
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't.
a lot
We're
of people-
afraid of
We're
that.
afraid of
Yeah,
therapy.
therapy.
Yeah.
Oh!
We just now are
What?
getting better with
Like-
Yeah.
it, but for a long time,
Yeah, that's
that wasn't the
profanity.
case.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's like talking about somebody's mom or something.
Right.
Let me see. In some of the situations, it was mandatory. We had to go. So it was a requirement. In the group homes, it was a requirement. And some of the, once I started getting angry and kind of acting out because they weren't listening about the abuse, then they're like, okay, something must be wrong with him. No, nothing's wrong with me. She's beating us when I go home. If I have a C on my report card, I'm going to get beat with the belt buckle. I've been telling you for years, and you won't take me out the house. So guess what? I'm gonna figure out how to get you to take me out the house. I'm gonna start stealing. I'm gonna throw a chair or two at school, and then you're gonna get me out that house somehow because I went through the proper channels and you wouldn't listen. And a lot of times these young cats, young kids, young girls, they're going through things at home and they're trying to tell people, and people are brushing them off. Oh, it can't be that serious. It's not, probably got a little pat on the butt. No, I'm getting beat. I got scalding hot showers, freezing cold showers, and she's waiting at the back of the shower. When I scoot out of the water, she's going to beat me back underneath the water. This is my reality at home, and y'all won't listen, so I'm going to act up. So they forced me to go to therapy, which was fine because I felt like I needed to talk that stuff through anyway, and then that was part of my empowering process. So I was grateful for it, and it helped me, and it gave me a good perspective on how to write stuff like this too. How to use fiction to help people address certain things in their lives. So I thought it was kind of cool.
And then that's probably, I'm sure, helped you in your acting and different characters. And I mean, I remember reading a quote that Tyler Perry said that you were the most consistent actor that he worked with. And I mean, that's a huge accomplishment compliment because he works with so many actors.
Yeah, and we did probably 750, 800 shows, and all he ever asks is that we show up and we do our job.
Yeah.
And you show up, you know your stuff, and he'll improv some stuff. So if somebody's cell phone rings, he'll get off the stage, go out, he'll take their cell phone as Medea, do all kind of crazy stuff. And you have to, and Medea's like 6'6". She's a big girl. And you have to remember where you guys left the script at, where when he gets back on stage, what his last line and his next line will be, and you have to know your last and your next, and just roll with it.
Yeah.
And that helped me because a lot of times on set, they'll let us, when we're filming, they'll let us go with it. They'll let us improv a little bit, and you get to cut up a little bit, so it becomes a lot more fun. So that was kind of on-the-job training.
Yeah, and then obviously right now we're preparing for tomorrow's NAACP Awards.
Yeah.
Are you going to be attending, I'm sure? We got the Oscars coming up, and obviously in Hollywood right now it's a lot of talk about the lack of diversity issue.
Yeah.
And that's why I think actually tomorrow's NAACP will probably be one of the most powerful ones in a while, because I feel like everybody in the black entertainment world should be there,
right?
To support it. You as an actor, what do you feel are some of the challenges that you're having or experiencing right now, even in the industry? Because a lot of people were thinking that it has changed, and there's a lot more opportunities, especially when we see television and we saw the Emmys and how much black talent was celebrated. What kind of challenges are you still facing as an actor in Hollywood and the whole hustle involved around it?
I would say your typical challenges that you would face in any job that it's a constant grind. It's not easy. I've been acting for 16 years now, and it's still a hustle. It's one of the reasons I'm, with my free time now, when I'm not filming, I go back to classes. You want to continue to grow.
Smart.
I don't want to be, the same character or be acting on the same level with the same depth now as I am 10 years from now. I want to eclipse what I'm doing now, and I believe in the stuff that I'm doing now. But I feel like there's that part of the grind to it, and also I feel like there definitely needs to be more diversity. They could definitely do a better job. I think you celebrate the craft and not the color. Unfortunately, the Oscars don't necessarily do that. Right. Yes, they put an African-American woman in charge. She's over the...
Cheryl Boone Isaacs.
Yeah. She's over it, and I think that's more, for lack of a better word, decorative. That's more cosmetic.
Right.
We're still not going to award you guys much, but, we'll give one of you guys a job. I think ultimately when the focus becomes celebrating the performances and the craft, at least nominate some of these things. It's no way David doesn't get nominated for Selma.
Right.
He didn't look like David. He looked like Dr. King.
Right.
And, he sounded the cadence, it was powerful, and the movie itself should have been at least nominated, at the very least nominated. The same thing, I loved Will Smith in Concussion. I loved Idris in Beast of No Nation. Very powerful, very deep, he murdered the accent. Idris is a good one all the way around the board. He's a beast. Yeah. And how do you not at least nominate him for something? Make up a category.
Right.
Something. Right. Best Black almost got nominated. Award goes to something. Give them something and just celebrate the craft. Yeah, Leo killed it. Tom Hardy killed it. A lot of my favorite actors aren't black. A lot of them are. But a lot, I study Meryl Streep. I study Tom Hardy. I pay attention to what Leo does. Yeah. Not to emulate, but to learn, to soak up some of those nuances and the little intricate choices and the little tiny, those little moments that they do. There's a thought in there, and to try to figure out what that thought is that made them do that and how to incorporate my own thoughts into my work so I have some great little moments like that, but they're organic. So I think diversity is a huge problem, and I hope we do better. I hope that, we support the NAACP awards now more, and we support and celebrate the award ceremonies that celebrate all of us, and not just some of us from here on out, and, spend our dollars supporting those that support us.
Yeah, and it's interesting too because I've been talking to a lot of people in the industry just about what does that mean for them. Like, where everyone keeps saying we need to have more diversity and we need to change it, but what does that mean? I mean, obviously we were talking about Ava DuVernay a couple weeks ago, who's now creating this program for young filmmakers, specifically women, I believe, exactly, and that's going to change the game.
I love that.
And yeah, it's a beautiful thing. But what else? Like, what other things do we need to do? I mean, obviously we have Cheryl who's trying to change the system for the committee, for the academy. But we need to have more filmmakers. We need to have more black kids going to film school and being producers and directors and writing and doing things like yourself and not just writing screenplays, writing books, all that stuff.
Create the content.
Creating the content.
Hip hop artists are some of the best storytellers. I don't understand why we don't see more hip hop artists write more scripts.
That's true.
If Nas can take you through the whole experience of a song as a gun, like Pop did the same
Literally,
thing. The whole song, me and my girlfriend, this is my gun. But the intricate nature and the puns and the wit and the wordplay in that, I don't see why we don't get a lot more hip hop artists writing great stories.
Yeah.
I'm certain they can.
I have a question for you guys. Over on the music show, The Beat, we talked about K. Michelle and Adele, and I kind of want to just say this quote that K. Michelle said. I asked the co-hosts over there, but I want to get you guys' opinion. She came out to say, we as black people have, we call our own artists flops, and they don't have to tear us down. Talking about white people, they don't have to tear us down because we tear ourselves down. What does that in entertainment kind of mean to you guys?
I know it happens. I know she's right. But I also say this: I don't honestly. I make a lot of music, and so what if I only sell 5,000 or 10,000 downloads? I'm sitting on my label. You want to see it? This is my label. That's it. I put out what I want to. I don't put out what I don't want to. I don't make songs about booty and twerking. I love ratchet music. Don't get me wrong. I'm from Flint, Michigan. I love it. I love it. But I don't want to make that kind of music. Right. So I don't have to make it. I feel like you make what your diehard fans want. You can still grow and evolve a little bit. Adele's doing it. She disappeared. I was like, man, is she gonna be that one album wonder? And she came back like, no. I ate all my words. And she, and I had to be one of the only fully grown men driving through the city, kind of teary-eyed when Hello came on, because I'm like,
brother, no, you weren't. You weren't.
Oh, you were too? Because I was like, man,
I know several. Actually,
I said, she's somewhere around here. I love her. I didn't even know. I was in love all of a sudden. I wasn't even dating anybody. I'm like, wait a minute, what? This is a great song, and it is what it is. Music is powerful, but you're right. I think in our community we do tear each other down. We look for. I mean, how
so you would put a color label on it? Because my question is, I was questioning, is that something that you say, you as black people or white people, or is it that we are becoming a society, or is this something that has been within black culture forever, but is it that we're now in a society where Wendy Williams is on TV, like, we want to look for the negative and call someone
I think
a
that's
flop.
it. I don't think it's black or white. I don't think it's a color on it. I think that it's been like that. How dare you have the audacity, the backbone, the balls to go out and pursue your dream, make music that you want to, that nobody asked for, and then you still end up selling some of it, and you still get some diehard fans that love it anyway. How dare you? Who are you? I don't have the courage to do it, so I'm gonna criticize you.
Right.
I'm gonna tear you down because I'm pissed off that I didn't have the courage, and that's mostly what it is. Yes, it's your opinion, but I call it hate because, one, your opinion is unsolicited. Two, this is America. Everybody gets to have one, but nobody has to give a damn about your opinion but you. And I don't. When they line up to say, okay, well, that song is okay, or it sounds like old-ass R&B or this, that, yeah, that's fine. The reviews I care about is the young boy who stopped me about my song, I'm All Right. It's an inspirational joint. I'm not a traditional gospel singer. I can't yell and do all the stuff that
but
they do.
Why don't you give us a little quick sample of a line from that song for the audience?
I'm trying, even with the gum too. Okay.
I'll give you some paper if you need
So
some
I can
paper.
hear. No. We get one. Hold on. But the song says. See, I feel like I got gum on my lips. silly, sorry. I'm all right. I'm going through, but I'ma make it to the other side of y'all. I'm okay. I might bend under the pressure, but I'm not gonna break. I got faith, and I'ma keep on believing and dreaming I can do anything. Oh, I'm all right, and I'm gonna make it. And it was a song because I wanted to quit.
I mean, wait, hold on. But let's just pause for a second.
you can't even
just start talking.
talking.
We need a moment.
Yes.
That was dope, man. You
Thank
went
you.
right into talking
Took
after
the
that. We
gun
need a
right out
moment.
and
Right.
just went into
That
it.
was. Let's
You didn't
start
even
with
have
the.
a sip
We
of
gotta
water.
clap for that.
Well, thank
first of
you.
all.
Sometimes you just gotta hold your gum.
Yeah.
Just to be very
That's the
surprised how
thing.
many
And
people
that was
come
some
in.
impromptu. He didn't know that was coming.
You asked
so.
them to sing, and
No
then they
sip
like,
of water.
today's
Right.
just not.
Yeah,
said,
we-
no, no, I know
it's
that
Thursday. I don't
air
sing
conditioner
on
right
Thursday.
Got a really big show tomorrow.
But no, you know what? Honestly, in about 08, right before 2009, it was slow, and I was kind of getting down and a little depressed, and I needed that song more than anybody.
Yeah.
You know that because that song was what I was. I'm going through, but I something was saying, you can make it to the other side. Just don't give up, whatever you do. And clearly, we know who that was.
Yeah.
Yes, I did say something about God, and I cussed earlier. I'm a cussing Christian.
okay.
# message.
We live.
Yeah.
We all right with
We
it.
are here.
We all right
Amen.
with it.
So,
happens.
but the reviews, what I was saying that I care about are the ones like the young boy who stopped me about that song at a celebrity game that I had played in, the one for the BET Awards. And he said he was considering suicide and that song helped him not. I care about those. So I don't care if I sell 2,000 downloads, 5,000 downloads, or 10, or the young lady whose mom passed, rest in peace. She told me that the last 2 months that her mom was alive, she was listening to I'm All Right every day because it helped her through the day and it gave her a little bit of hope. And I do it for that. I don't do it for, anybody else's approval or the haters. They gonna make memes and crack jokes because that's what it is now.
what it
Well,
is.
please fail.
The
Please,
trolls.
Yeah.
please
Yeah.
let me film this and watch you fail so I can make a meme
Yeah.
and get 6,000 likes or whatever and that be that. And that's where we are now, unfortunately. But the luxury of it is not having to care.
Yes.
And then you were talking about kind of like the transition. I mean, obviously you were on Let's Stay Together for a very long time on the show, and then you worked on Man in 3B, which was out last November. What other things are you have coming up? That because I know fans are always like, what's next? Where can I find him? What's next?
Where can we find him?
Well, I'll be pushing Dr. Feelgood for a while, but March 6th on Bounce, we just shot 8 episodes of Saints and Sinners, which is, if you imagine picking up the show Scandal and setting it inside of a church. It's gritty. My character's hands aren't squeaky clean, so I like that because I'm always like I don't want to play the guy, there's a cute guy who's single who stays next door, he'll save the day. I don't want to be that.
Right.
I have chops. I've lived and I can go places that some people may have tough time going, and mine is authentic because I've lived it.
Right.
So who's your character?
what's your
Levi
character?
Sterling. He's actually in trouble with the SEC in New York for some insider trading, so he runs home to Cypress, Georgia, and he starts working back at the church. And at some point, shortly into the series, the pastor is killed, and it's right after he nominates me executive pastor, or my character executive pastor. So I got to cover the church finances and take care of all of that since I got a money marketing background and all of that. And come to find out the church is struggling financially. They've been borrowing from some shady characters in the neighborhood, and it's the politics to the grimy guys in the neighborhood and the loan sharks and the church. It's all doing that. It's all breakdancing. It's all tied in together.
Intertwined.
And it's Vanessa Bill Calloway, who's a G. I love her.
Love Vanessa.
Clifton Powell, who's been in every black movie ever. That's Uncle Cliff. I love him. Keith Robinson from Dream Girls.
boy.
David Banner, he plays one of the pastors on there. And he's actually very damn good. Kelly Price is in this show, recurring. Erica Campbell from Mary. Who else did I miss? It's a bunch of J.D. Williams from The Wire. It's a bunch of great people in there.
Diverse cast.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Music, a little.
Yeah, Gloria Rubin. I mean, everything. Yeah, and there's some singing in that. Like I said, Kelly Price and Erica Campbell. I can
Yeah, I was
stop
gonna say,
there.
you said those two names.
Yeah, I can stop.
Yeah.
Dang it.
So it's going to be a powerful show. I'm really excited about it, and it's my first time being a series regular in a show as a lead. So that's really exciting.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you said that comes out when?
March 6th which is a Sunday, and it'll be every Sunday for 8 weeks on Bounce.
That sounds like a really intriguing plot for Bounce.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, they
trying
were
to change up
reaching
Yeah.
because they got family time, and that's funny.
Yeah.
You know, Angel and Cuba's brother are on there,
Yeah.
and it's a really good show. It's Bentley's show over there.
And Tangerine.
Yeah, and her
Yeah.
crazy behind. I love her.
Yeah, I love Tangerine.
And then this is a complete opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
I love
And
it.
it also seems like a lot of these networks now, especially the black ones, are starting to trying to change their programming because
Yeah.
they got to compete with the Netflix and all these other places that are
Yes.
putting out this amazing program.
Yeah.
So kudos to them and congratulations to you. And then
Thank you.
as far as the music, how do people get the music and the book from you?
Well, let me see. The book is available everywhere books are available. You can download it for your iPod, Kindle, whatever. You can buy it on iTunes, Amazon, Google, and then Target, Walmart, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, and Borders. And I think even Amazon is building some
Yes, brick and mortar
physical
stores.
bookstores. So I
Yeah.
guess the book isn't dying off. So I'm
It's not.
Really?
starting on book
It's-
number 3
they
already.
killed the industry to rebuild it
Yeah.
with her own name on it.
Yep.
So yeah.
And then music, same place. You can
Yeah,
get it
yeah.
everywhere.
Music is all over iTunes. I have probably maybe 10 or 12 different songs on there. I didn't do a full project, and that's kind of what I'm doing now is just releasing them song at a time. So I'll release something this month, and then 2 months later in April I'll release something else.
Okay.
You know, just put a song out at a time and let people let it build and let them enjoy it.
And will you have any music on the show at all?
Yes, I submitted 3 or 4 songs, so I know at least 2 or 3 of those are going to be in different episodes.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So I'm All Right is one of them.
Okay.
That's
So-
awesome. It's still same theme kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah, because it's inspirational. So on one of the good moments, you're gonna sneak "I'm All Right" in there. You'll be like, wait a minute, I know that.
I didn't know that song.
That's from the Take Your Gum Out. That's from the Take Your Gum Out episode. So yeah,
Well, be sure to
Sing
pick up.
so good, he make you take your gun.
Take your gum.
Right. Be sure to pick up Dr. Feelgood as well. Obviously, that book's out right now, so go support Christian on that. And we're going to move into some hot topics. And Christian, we'd love for you to stay, but if you have to leave
No,
as well,
I'm-
you know,
I'm good.
we understand.
That's
All right, so Jesse, what do you got for us today?
So Mr. Ken Mack was on GoFundMe. He met a girl, a beautiful young lady. He actually, this is what he wrote on GoFundMe. And I'm going to say it correctly because it was not spelled correctly in any way. I met a beautiful young lady, and I feel if I don't make her an honest woman and wife here quick, she may not become whole. So I'm asking for help with an engagement ring. He asked for $5,000. He said, oh, I'm sorry, P.S. Yours truly, former player that's hanging up his player shoes. So he asked for $5,000. He only got $20. GoFundMe pulled this ad from.
Where he asked for $5,000 and got
$20.
Only got
$20.
$20.
Sorry, only
Okay.
$20. Are we asking for a little too much on GoFundMe?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. The I've seen them for breast implants.
Yep.
I've seen them for butt enhancements, and I've seen them for engagement rings.
Well-
I think I would rather earn mine. Like I had I was engaged way back in the day, and we never made it over the broom, but I had that good financing. I had to
Yeah.
send something every
Yes.
month.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do my own.
Right.
So I
Yes.
guess I can't knock him, and I won't hate on that process. But me as a man, I want to. That's my promise to my woman / my wife. That's gonna be my bread.
Yeah.
Like we could be like, me and 561 people
Want to marry you?
I mean, I just think it's kind of weird because maybe it's my ego because I don't like owing people money.
Yeah.
So let's start there. But the fact that you're asking for someone to buy your engagement ring, it just is weird to me. It's just, I've seen one, like a friend recently has one where she's moving out of state at the last minute. She found out she got a new job and she needed her moving expenses covered. Even then, I'm like, I mean. It's
Yeah.
just a fine
How
line
about
to me. If you say, "Hey, my kids need to eat," or I am being thrown out of my house, can I get a fund for
Yeah.
$500 to live in a shelter? So, something.
Yeah, and then
I can see that.
if there's a way to verify some of this, because some of these are so as a writer, they're so well written. Some of these,
right.
And then you sketch it because it's like, okay. I've been hit this week because I'm from Flint, so I've been hit up like by 8 or 10 different people saying we want to GoFundMe so we can buy filters for the houses. Well, who are you tied to? Who are you affiliated with? Who
Right.
can I call to verify? Because
Right.
if I'm going to make a substantial donation, I need to be able to verify this is going to you and
Exactly.
not to Hennessy and Newport and Domino's Pizza.
Right.
Yo,
Right.
well,
Super
listen
Bowl
to this
party.
one. I thought that was pretty bad. This one takes the cake, though. Cinnamon Nicole from Tennessee. She
Is a stripper.
made over Because if she was a stripper, she wouldn't need this.
Wait, her name is Cinnamon. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I actually did not know how many people's name were Cinnamon out here.
Yeah.
She made over a little $800 in 7 hours for a Powerball reimbursement. She wrote, "Please help me.
No.
Please help me and my family as we've exhausted all our funds. We spent all of our money expecting to win the $1.5 billion. Now we're in dire need of cash. With everyone's donation of $1, a like, or a share, we can pick ourselves out of the trenches. Please help a family in need." They didn't know that the Powerball was given in every state. They thought it was just in Florida, so they thought they really had a good chance. That's what they're saying.
So they wanted sunk what, a
So
grand or two in?
if you donate, Cinnamon will make you either a man crush Monday or a woman crush Wednesday on her Instagram.
And how much money is she asking for?
They only
too
made
much.
$800 and it got pulled.
How much did she spend? Did it say that?
I didn't see how much they were asking for.
I think you're doing what's called reaching.
Yes.
Cinnamon.
Reaching really
Cinnamon
far.
Toast Crunch,
I think you
think.
should
All the
use your
way.
name
Cinnamon
to
Crunch.
go to the
Yeah.
poll.
Yeah.
Use your name and go to the poll.
Exactly.
No,
I'm sorry, okay, I should have said that.
that.
I was just playing. I was playing.
Anyways, not the poll, but the pool. The North Carolina A&T swim team. So this is an all-black female swim team.
They're so
They've been
good.
defying the stereotypes, and everyone was loving them. However, the head coach of 17 years, Sean Hendricks, she came out to say February this month is the last month that the team, the program will be running, because they got a new director of athletics who came in and basically said, I don't really see sports conferences sponsoring swimming, so we're going to take swimming out, we're going to replace it with men and women's golf. And so they've had 3 years to kind of fight, petition for it. The golf won, and so this month
losing
the swim team will, unfortunately, 17 years strong,
That's
be
terrible.
That
disassembled.
sucks.
That's sad.
No.
They
I
did
saw
that.
that.
They did that at Ferris State when I got there. They cut some of the non-revenue generating sports, and they cut psychology because before social work, I wanted to study psychology, and it just wasn't in high demand, and that's pretty much what it is. And I could see how the school is going to benefit financially from golf sponsors because you have a slew of them. But it doesn't mean that you dash the hopes of young black girls everywhere. You know, hey, there's a powerful young black, swim team, and I can go down here and kick all sorts of ass in the water, and maybe get school partially paid for, completely paid for, whatever. I think it's unfortunate, and clearly that's a money decision.
Right.
No.
Now, see, that would justify a GoFund to me.
Yeah, for
That would be a
sure.
good one.
That's a
Exactly.
good
Buy
one.
that.
I'm
Yes.
down with donating to
Yeah,
that.
I would
see, yeah,
donate
that
to
I would contribute.
Yes, I would
Yeah.
support that.
That's worth
for
it.
sure. Yeah.
Boom.
That
So
sucks.
that's that. Also, guys, make sure you guys check out our sister site, AfterBuzz TV, whatever your favorite TV show is. Like, I just can't wait because SVU last night. Whatever your favorite TV show is, head over to AfterBuzz TV. As soon as the show is done, we're over there talking about with your favorite celebrities from the show. That's AfterBuzz TV.
All right, Courtney.
We got lots going on this week. So, anybody got a Toyota? I do. Got some really bad news this week. So, well, not bad news, actually. It's kind of sort of good news. Basically, Toyota's auto loan division has agreed to pay $21.9 million in restitution to thousands of Black, Pacific Islander, and Asian customers that they basically overcharged for loans. And what was happening is that basically the Toyota Motor Company, the way that it's set up is that people would come in, obviously with very similar credit, and dealers have a certain amount of range based on, like, so you go get your credit check, you want to do your loan through Toyota, you get a certain rate that the Toyota Motor Company gives. Dealers have had about a 2% range that they could actually offer higher rates to these different groups of people, and of course dealers tended to select those Black, Asian, and Pacific Islander people to charge the higher rates to, even if they had the exact same credit as a white person.
Wow.
So Toyota was a little frustrated. They're saying, like, we weren't inherently trying to be discriminatory, but our rules, the way that they are set up, made it possible for dealers to specifically be discriminatory. Yeah. So they're paying it back, $21.9 million, but they're not really changing the system all that much because the dealers are still now allowed to offer a loan within 1% of whatever they've been approved for. So it made me very sad. I've been a Toyota customer my entire life, and I'm currently financed through the Toyota Motor Company. But
So I wonder, did
get-
they?
I was gonna say,
did
you
you
get-
file?
No, I know
Oh.
my finances
Okay.
very well, so I
About
was
to say.
at like a 1% interest rate to
I was
begin with
gonna say, yeah.
because I went in with a loan. That's the thing. Like if you go in like with approval for a loan, it makes it much more difficult for them to do that kind of thing with you. But I mean, people just need to be fully aware of what rate they are entitled to, so that if they come back at you like, no, actually, I think we're going to do 8%, you can be like, oh no, sorry.
Right,
and
I have
don't
the number
have
right
to
here.
take that.
Right.
But
Right.
people
Yeah,
aren't
they're
aware.
uneducated, honestly.
People aren't educated and don't know, and that community is those communities unfortunately tend to get taken advantage of, and that's
I don't go by myself either because I'll get ripped off.
I mean-
Spread the word.
I mean, I go by
Spread the
myself,
word.
but I know how to.
But I mean,
I'm gonna negotiate.
it's not
that.
different. It's not different in the like housing industry. Same thing. That's why
Yeah.
Black people were much more affected by the housing bubble burst than
Right.
any other community in the country, and it's not the first time that's happened. So
Read the fine lines, in other words.
read the fine lines and know your numbers.
Know your numbers.
Know your
And don't
numbers.
drive a Toyota.
I can't say
I like you
that
did the little
because
kick
Drive
too. the little
Honda.
kick.
Yeah.
Oh no, honey! Don't get it twisted. Honda is going through the same thing right now.
See, and I bet there's a bunch of them, but
Yes.
this is probably the only one that's been brought to light.
That's the
Right,
one
I
that's been
agree.
brought to light right now.
Yeah.
But Honda was definitely on the list as the next one that the Consumer Protection.
And didn't we
Agency was
bail
going
some of
after.
them out? Didn't the government bail some of these out?
Well, they bailed out
Honda or
Ford and
Toyota?
Chrysler, not Toyota. Toyota was fine.
What about Honda?
Not Honda. I think it was just Chrysler and Ford.
Which those are American though.
Those American
Okay.
cars, yeah.
Yeah.
Because yeah. So, anyhow,
All right.
do your math, guys. Make sure you are on top of that. All right. So, in other news,
American crime right here.
this is American crime for real. Okay, so about 2 years ago, 2014, we had a story come out at San Jose State University where a black student, a freshman, had been being taunted and attacked by his white roommates. And in one of their episodes of taunting, they chained him up with a bike lock and shouted racial slurs at him. The bike lock was around his neck. So the kids got in trouble, things were going down. Finally this year, the young guy who was chained up with a bike lock by 4 other white students has decided to sue. He is suing them for $5 million for racial bullying. And this week, the lawyer for the white students came out and said that the white roommates were not doing harassment. It was just a joke.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Right.
It was a
I knew you were gonna
joke
say that.
gone wrong. They didn't mean it. It wasn't that serious. And he wants the jury to see that they were all young, they were all freshmen, and that they were just being kids.
They were just being racist.
Right.
Oh my god.
And it wasn't racist.
My goodness.
Yeah, y'all would have read about me in the paper.
I know that's
I'd have
right.
whooped every ass
I know that's right.
underneath that roof except for my own.
Amen.
With the bike chain.
With the bike, yeah.
That ain't cool. And either way,
disgusting.
I don't condone it anyway. I don't. We had a discussion the other day about the N-word.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
And like both sides using it.
Yeah.
So does it bother you in rap music?
Sometimes because I don't want my 13-year-old boy to say it.
Okay.
So I don't say it around him, and then I find myself now filtering my conversation so I don't say it at all unless I'm rapping alone a Hennessy or two later. Being honest. You won't respect me if I'm
Keeping
not
it
honest.
real.
Keeping it real.
But
I ain't mad at you, bro.
I will say this, and I'm really cool with some white cats too, but chances are they might get that 5-hour energy. If they say that,
They get a
they
little slap.
might. You don't get
Might
to say,
catch it.
"Hey, what's up, man?" What the? It might just happen accidentally. It might.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
my
it's
bad.
It's a reflex.
Yeah,
Right,
it's just it's just. Hey.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, I don't mess around with the N word, but we've had that discussion on here a lot of
Many
times. Yeah.
many a times. But there you go. The white kids are on trial right
That's
now.
disgusting.
So
But
they
here-
might
okay,
be
so,
owed $5 million.
But
And the
here's my
school's
question
totally
with that.
lying to cover it up.
Of course,
Of
because they want to
Literally, American crime is talking about something
right
very
now.
similar
Yeah.
with the school just covering it. Like that's just disgusting.
But my question is, so they're suing the kids for $5 million. If they don't have money, what really happens
I'm
to
sorry,
the
they're
kid?
suing the school,
Oh,
but
suing
the
the
kids are up for charges on.
Got
the
it. So
And
that's
how old are
okay.
the
So
kids?
that's where the reasoning behind the school wanting
Right.
to not. Okay,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah,
joke.
yeah.
Okay,
'Cause
that
they
makes sense.
are gonna, They're the only ones that can be financially liable in that situation.
Yeah, well, listen, good luck with that school because.
And they can be charged now as adults, right? Because they were.
Well, that's what's weird. Like,
when they were
one
younger.
of them was 17 at the time, so that trial has kind of
underage.
already happened, and
Yeah.
the court documents are sealed because he was under the age of 18 at the time, but the other 3 are still up on charge.
Interesting that they didn't try to charge him as an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they've all pled not guilty to misdemeanor battery and hate crime charges, so.
And I'd also like to find out more as far as like the complaint from the kid, from the student, like how much was it
Well,
documented?
he said that there were multiple instances of harassment throughout a period of time, and then the trump card was the chain me up with a bicycle log.
But see, if there are documented instances
Yeah.
where he went and said, to
To
the
the
public
school,
safety
yeah.
or
or whoever,
to the dean or to somebody, and he has documents, he has a paper trail of that, and it continued to happen, they might as well
It's a
crack that
wrap.
checkbook.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Okay.
They might as well
Fair
name the university
enough.
after
Fair
him,
enough.
actually.
Yeah.
Or the dorm or wherever it happened. And never forget.
San Jose.
All right. Well, is that all you got for us today, Courtney?
That's all I got.
Listen, I think that's all we can handle
That's
right
all
now.
we can deal with.
All right. Well, before we move
Who
on
does
to our
that?
final topic, because we only have 5 minutes left on the show, we want to talk about DraftKings. Because have you ever
Yes.
played DraftKings, Christian?
No, I haven't. I am not informed enough on it to make an educated response.
Well, let me tell you something about DraftKings. You can go to DraftKings.com. You can use the code name Black, and you have a opportunity to win up to $2 million worth of prizes. You can
Fantasy
play
football.
anytime you want to. It's fantasy football. You can do it at your own leisure. It's pretty easy. I am not a king at DraftKings, no pun
You
intended.
don't even have to be educated.
But you don't even have to be that educated. It's pretty easy. You just go through. It kind of teaches you as you go through. You go to DraftKings.com, use the code name Black, and it will be a lot of fun for you. And if you win some money, we say it every week, let us know because we need a little
Are
percentage of
you
that.
winning, Derrial? Right now?
I have not won yet.
You haven't won
Yeah,
anything.
cut
But
that
we'll see what
percentage.
happens.
You're
Yeah,
not
that's
a-
why I'm trying to up
You're
the
not
percentage
a
from everybody
good
else.
kicker.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Derrial's agent.
Right. Yes, my agent will
Just
talk for me
making
today.
sure we get
yes,
that 10% if you win.
that's right.
Oh, mine was 20 at it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay,
All right,
fine.
we're gonna move on to our last story of the
35.
day, our EUR web story spotlight of the week.
EUR web story spotlight of the week.
Well, it is Super Bowl weekend. It
Yes,
is
it
finally
is.
here. They've
It's
been
here.
talking about it. I know Jesse's super excited about it.
I just want Destiny's Child to reunite.
We got the
With
Carolina
Coldplay?
Panthers.
No.
We got the Denver Broncos. We got Cam Newton versus Peyton Manning, both #1 draft picks,
Yes.
13 years apart. But what's the most important thing that a lot of people are talking about besides the game is the fact that Coldplay is performing with Beyonce.
No
and
one cares about the Cold.
no one,
Nobody-
I don't know.
Lots of
Listen, I
people
want to see
care
Coldplay.
about
Oh,
Coldplay.
overseas, yeah.
Yeah,
Lots of people
I want
care.
to see Coldplay. I like Chris Martin. I'm not mad at
Yeah.
Chris
But
Martin.
as a halftime show?
Yeah.
Really?
But
They,
that's
they
why-
got some hits though. They,
got
do have
hits.
some hits.
I think they're going to be
love
that type of group that you don't
songs.
realize how many hits they have until
Yeah,
they perform.
I've driven through LA bumping Coldplay
That's what I'm
quietly.
saying.
love
Me
Don't
too.
laugh, don't
That's
judge
what I'm
me.
saying.
Hey, I
They're
have
like
to
the new
book to
YouTube.
learn
Yeah.
piano, but I don't want to see them in a show. No, I am
Yeah, you
trying
say
to-
that now, but
I'm
that's why.
trying to learn.
But that's why they're adding what they're
piano.
adding. They're adding allegedly Beyonce
But that's what.
and
then it
and
feels
Bruno
like
Mars.
stunts. Like it feels like they're stunting on them because they're gonna be boring, and we're gonna be like, this is gonna be a boring show.
Yeah,
Like, this is-
but historically, the Super Bowl always, no matter who performs, they always add like 3-4 people.
Yeah.
with
No,
their
they stopped it for
performances.
a while.
Well, okay.
Remember Katy Perry brought
Katy
out
Perry, Missy
she,
Elliott,
she was
and-
on a 30-foot
Yeah.
dinosaur
And Lenny Kravitz.
and she it was blowing fire and
It was.
Lenny Kravitz
And Lenny Kravitz.
Missy.
But do you
And
remember
Missy.
like back in the day when it was like when Janet performed, it was Diddy, Nelly,
like
Justin
everybody.
Timberlake. Like they used to have
Oh,
like
and-
8 to 10 people come out and like.
And Janice
do
Areola
remixes.
showed up
And
too.
Janice,
Yeah.
and Janice
Or
Titty came out.
Aerosmith, Aerosmith,
Janet-
Mary J. Blige, Nelly. Like,
Yeah, well, okay, so today.com, on today.com, they posted, you guys let me know if you agree with this, the 10 most unforgettable performances at Super Bowl. And I want to throw this in too. Lady Gaga is doing the
National
national
anthem.
anthem at
And she
the
can
Super
sing
Bowl.
for real in
Yeah.
case
She
you
can sing her
didn't
ass off.
know.
She can sing her
Yeah.
ass
Yeah,
off.
don't miss that.
Hopefully-
And
Okay.
they are rumoring that Rihanna's
Rihanna
new music video
Is
for
gonna,
work
yeah,
is gonna
appear.
drop
Yeah,
during
it's gonna work through
I
the
hope that
Hilarious.
We'll
Good,
see.
good.
All right, so this is what they say top 10 of all time. 2004, Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake, Diddy,
Nibble.
Kid Rock, and Nelly. U2, 2002 for
Most
number
memorable.
2. Number 3, which I'm going to disagree as number 3 should be number 1, is Prince, 2009. Purple Rain in the Rain. You can't get any better than that.
Yeah, that's gotta be-
Purple Rain in the Rain. That can't be number 1.
I think number 3 is good.
All right. So he's number 3. Number 4, 2015, Katy Perry, Missy Elliott, and Lenny Kravitz.
And the dragon.
And the dragon. And the dragon. And
That'd be
yes.
Beyonce?
That was,
Number 5 was Michael Jackson, 1993.
Oh, that was-
that was the Heal
That
the
was
World
the
and all
yeah
that.
the
That
little
was so
that was
intense.
intense.
good
That was
one.
intense. Number 6 is Bruno Mars and Red Hot Chili Peppers in
I love that.
He did a
2014.
fantastic job.
Number 7 was Aerosmith, NSYNC, Britney Spears, Mary J. Blige, and
Oh,
Nelly,
yeah.
2001.
Okay.
Number 8 was Destiny Child,
And
2013.
that would be Beyonce.
It
Yeah, that
was
would be
the
Beyonce.
concert.
Yeah, you're right. The Beyonce concert with her little backup dancers. Number 9 is Madonna, 2012. And number 10 was Madonna. It was CeeLo and LMFAO. And number 10 is Bruce Springsteen and the East Street Band.
I would have thought. Y'all remember the era? Ricky Martin, Tony Braxton, Christina Aguilera.
Oh,
Yeah, that was kind of unforgettable,
No.
you know.
Yeah.
All right.
it was.
So I'm just saying.
forgettable.
I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna be biased and say Purple Rain should have been number 1. But what do you think, Christian? Who,
Yeah, I
who
think
was
it should have been
memorable
up
for
there.
you?
You can't lose with
You know what I'm
Prince.
saying?
You
All
can't
I'm
lose
saying
with
is
Prince.
it rained. God sent rain, purple rain on the performance. But I'm looking forward to seeing what Beyonce brings. Like I said, I'm like Christian. I'm a Coldplay fan. So
But their song
know.
with Beyonce.
Yeah, the hymn song.
Is not.
Then they might do something else, or they might
They
jazz
gotta
it up
mix
to where it's
up.
That's
not.
what
I
it's
just,
gonna
It's-
I
yeah.
just need some action. Like Chris Martin just sort of bouncing around
But
singing.
I
Like,
think
need
Coldplay's
some
actually going to
action.
sing "Crazy in Love" because they do have a cover of Beyonce songs,
Beyonce's.
and I think
I
Beyonce's
agree.
going to
I
cover
like
both.
that.
I like that.
I like what you.
I like
I
where
like
you
how you think.
visualizing for that.
That
And-
I can feel.
And I hope that they
I'm
do
excited
play the
about
Rihanna video because her album is hot.
Yep.
All right, we got to wrap up apparently. So, Christian, where can fans find you on social media?
Okay, my only Instagram and Twitter, only real ones, are my name, @Christian Keys. Christian like the religion, ChristianKeyes. That's my Instagram and Twitter. All the other ones, other than those, are fake.
Somebody else.
And yeah, catfish. and my only Facebook is the one that's verified with the little blue check, is Christian Keys official fan page. So any of the other ones, I ain't on Tagged, I ain't on Black People Meet, I ain't on Christian Singles, I ain't on Tinder,
He said Christian
I ain't
Singles and
on
Black People Meet,
I ain't on Black Planet, I ain't on MySpace.
So
I ain't,
if she think that she about to go on a date,
yeah, it ain't
It ain't him,
It's
y'all.
somebody else.
It ain't him.
It ain't Christian. All right, and congratulations for the book again. Go pick it up, Dr. Feelgood.
Yes.
And we'll all have a copy of it pretty soon.
Yes.
Check out the cover. He is on it if you like
is
looking
on
at Christian, which
He's
I'm
on
sure
it.
you will. And Jesse, where can fans find you?
Everywhere at DJ Jesse J.
Courtney?
I'm stuck on
Courtney
Black
Courtney
Planet
Hannes.
right now.
Courtney
You
Black
remember Black
Hannes.
Planet?
I'm stuck on Black
Hey, y'all check and see if her Black Planet play is still up.
Yeah, we got
You probably just had you all decked out.
Right. Let me
I
find
did not
out.
have one, but I did have a MySpace one that's scary. Courtney, you can find me at Stewart Starlet on Twitter and Instagram.
Or Black Planet.
Or Black Planet. And you can find me at Derrial Christon on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. See you next week. Have a great weekend and drink a lot of whatever and eat a lot of whatever and watch Super Bowl and Beyonce.
Yes.
Peace.
Super Bowl and Beyonce.
Super Bowl and Beyonce.
From executives Kevin Undergaro,
Nope.
Derrial Christon, Tiana
A
Howard,
day away from
the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio, Instagram @KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.